Well, it says we're live, so I guess we are. What's up, G Show Land, and welcome to another episode of the G Show Podcast. I am G1, and this is our Alien Romulus spoiler review. That's right, it was promised on Friday, and here we are. We're doing it. Who's doing it? It ain't JR, he wimped out, but it is me, G1, obviously, and my right hand when it comes to Godzilla on the block party. Even though it's not a block party, he is the right hand because he is the man with the knowledge when it comes to the Alien franchise. G73, aka Megzy, aka my brother, Face Huggy Chase. What's going on, bro?
Nah, man, I mean, we gotta tell JR, I mean, the movie's not that scary.
It's not that scary. I don't know what he was worried about. No, but listen, in all honesty, man, I'm glad we're able to do this. I did want to talk spoilers about this. I have some, well, if you heard Friday, we have issues and gripes with this movie. Again, I didn't hate this movie. I hated what I felt this movie should have been and didn't get. So that might have been on me, but it is what it is. It made what, $108 million worldwide this weekend?
Yeah, 108, and it made like 41 domestic.
Domestic, right? Disney making all that money.
Which is what they kind of projected it to make.
Yeah. Isn't that something? Disney rocking the...
Yeah.
Disney just...
beat Wolverine and Deadpool by about 20 million.
Yeah. Well, Wolverine and Deadpool is what now? I think this is their fourth week, right? Going into their fourth week?
I saw something earlier today. It said, like, domestically, Deadpool and Wolverine is about almost 550 million, but globally it's like 1.6 billion or something like that.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's insane.
What? All right, so it's at 108 million. What do you think Romulus ends up?
Well, if it goes how I think, where next weekend it's not going to be at the top, I mean, I don't know, it might still be, but if it goes how I think, how I see, once word of mouth starts getting more out there, I think it's final. I could see maybe globally, maybe 400 million.
Oh, wow, okay. You know what? Globally, that's highballing. I can see that. I can't even, like, that's in the ballpark. That makes sense. I see it might tap out early, but like you said, globally, I think people outside of the States might like this more than you know what I'm saying, than we think, you know?
Well, see, one of the things is that China's loving it right now. So that was one of the biggest contributors. It made like 25 million in China alone.
Oh shit! Okay. Look at that. China beat Deadpool and Wolverine by itself.
Yeah. But no, look. The movie was an $80 million movie to make. They're saying. I mean, right now it's already made its budget back. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, 400 million I think is safe. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I don't know. I don't see it making 500 million, but unless its second weekend is possibly just as good as this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but I think it's not gonna hold stable like it is. I think next week we'll have a significant drop off, but I don't know, man. It's one of those things too where, again, it's like I'm seeing a lot of people praise and like this movie, and it's like I voice my like thoughts on it on other places and other content creators, reviews and stuff, and it's funny because people will respond and they're like, you know what? We weren't even thinking about what you were saying. You're actually right. And I'm like, yeah, because people nowadays don't go see movies and actually think about what they're watching. So
true.
I don't know, man. I mean, we're in this weird trend where people go see things, and if there's a lot of nostalgia, it kind of blinds them from the fact of what the movies actually are. But
Yeah. And
I don't know. I mean,
that's why I said I felt when I saw Ghostbusters, the Frozen Empire.
the Frozen Empire.
Yeah, it was like I really like Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like I really like that movie a lot, right? Like it gives me that nostalgia I missed with a brand new cast, and it hits me in the feels. But the Frozen Empire was like, all right, here we go. This is Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I watched Frozen Empire maybe about a month ago, and yeah, it wasn't. It made me a little bummed out.
Yeah, it didn't offend me. It didn't offend me. But it wasn't. It wasn't. It's hard. It's hard. Ghostbusters you can do a lot with because I mean the title alone is actually crazy. The problem is trying to rely on the older characters. Like, oh, is Bill Murray gonna come back? Could we get him back possibly again? And the answer is, Dan Aykroyd's gonna be in it regardless. Dan Aykroyd loves that shit. And even fucking Ernie Hudson and Annie Potts. Would have been crazy if they would have had like a cameo from Rick Moranis. I would have loved that. But, Slime is cool.
Yeah.
Slime is cool. I will say this about Ghostbusters, and I think this is why I get mad at this franchise. I hope they don't do this going forward. I cannot, for the life of me, stand the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Men. I don't like them because they remind me of Minions, and I hate the Minions.
Yeah, they're a marketing ploy now because they're cute.
Yeah, could you imagine something like Aliens, the topic we're going to talk about, doing that with like face huggers, or even like chest busters, like the little chest bursters, right? Like, could you imagine them trying to market it? I'll tell you this, Chase. I'll tell you this. You know what I did not like? I did not like the marketing for this movie.
Well, see, I stayed away from everything because I was so excited. I didn't want to get spoiled.
Oh, okay. No.
I stayed away.
No. So like not like the trailers or nothing, but they were doing this like viral marketing campaign thing where they would have people in the streets of like New York City with face huggers on them and they just laying there on the floor. I don't like that.
I mean, I saw that.
I hate that. I don't know why I hate that. I just like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't need to sell Alien. You don't. Not like that. But then I start thinking, I go, maybe it's a Gen Z thing. Maybe, and sometimes you got to take the old fuddy-duddy hat off and just go, all right, this is what is now. But like growing up, I didn't need none of that shit. It's Alien. I'm going to see it. It's a franchise.
I mean, like with that, I didn't have a problem with that. I thought that was kind of cool, but my problem is what they were marketing really wasn't a ploy in the movie.
Yeah,
that's what I get upset with. It's like, okay, we had one scene. Getting into the nitty gritty of it, we had one scene where someone become face hugged, and that's it. It's not like everyone does, and then. It's like everything else is just like my problem was the marketing was a lie.
Let's get into it. This is the spoiler review. We're almost 10 minutes in and we haven't even talked about this movie yet. Let's talk about it because we got to go balls to the walls. And me and you are the only ones that seen this movie. JR was supposed to see it. He didn't want to see it. He had things to do. That's fine. No doubt. But he also, and to his credit, said when the trailer dropped that this movie was going to suck. I don't think it sucked. It just wasn't what it should have been. So I get it. If you don't want to see it, he wants to save his money, fine, so be it. But we went to see it.
Well, for the record, that's JR's motto.
He plays it safe. He'll say everything sucks, so when it does, right, exactly.
And I mean, to me, the trailers were what got me into this. I was like, yeah, we're gonna get a predecessor to Alien and get an Alien movie. And we didn't get that.
And that's what kills me. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going full into spoilers right now. That's what kills me, because right off the bat, the beginning of this movie seemed like it was an Alien fucking sequel, not Aliens. You see the wreckage of the Nostromo and a whaling Yutani fucking vessel going through the wreckage, and they find the alien from 1978's Alien movie floating in space. Just floating. You know, so, hang on a second. I'm picking up a faint signal. I'll be right back. This is what happens when we're doing live streams.
We don't need any of that. You're going to pick up a signal. It's going to get us attacked by aliens.
Oh my God. It's crazy. So, like, the movie starts and we're literally in the original Alien movie. What, it had to be like a couple of months, maybe a couple of weeks. Who knows? Who knows? But they find the alien, they find the original xenomorph, and Chase, at this point in time, I can't lie, it's 2 minutes into the movie, and I'm edge of my seat like, oh my God, this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. Like, holy shit. To do something like this with the lore, to me, is beyond bonkers. It makes sense now when in Aliens, they say we were going on another bug hunt. Like, they know this shit exists, and it's not because there was a distress signal. This movie ties it together. This is why they know it exists. And I'm like, yes, this is going to be great. Then it jumps. And then we're in the present setting of the movie. And we're dealing with Callie Spaney's Ray. Her name is Ray, by the way. Her name was Ray. That's crazy. We're dealing with her character and her brother, quote unquote, who is an android that her father found and repurposed to tell dad jokes. I like that. I can't lie. I did, because I'm a dad joke kind of guy. Oh, wait, hold up. Hang on a second, Chase. Hang on a second. Spider-Man is here. Holy shit. I can't describe my disappointment with this movie. It was serviceable, but I felt deflated after watching it. First 5 minutes was great. Big Chap was a nice treat. Indeed, it was. Spider-Man, thank you for joining us here on the spoiler review of Alien Romulus. We're kicking ass, we're taking names. But Brother Chase, what did you think when you saw the opening to this movie?
I was on board. I liked Andy the android. I thought he was cool, you know. And I mean, like, I will say I wasn't fully set on Rain as a character yet. It took me a minute to start to feel like Haley Spaney was showing what she's got, you know. But once it started taking off, then I started to like have that connection where, like, okay, I like her character, I like who she is. But to me, my whole favorite character in this movie was Andy. I thought that the actor just did a great job portraying that character, and he just acted very well.
Yeah.
And I wasn't. I was very interested in the beginning of it, because especially when she goes and talks to the I don't know, the mining clerk or the job distributor lady, and you could see her actually like erase her like hours that she's made with the quota. Like, I thought that was pretty interesting to me. Like, that could be something maybe in the future we go back to, and explore more. In a different type of plot and setting. I thought that was kind of interesting. But
well, let me ask you this: what did you think of it opening up in the wreckage of the Nostromo?
Oh, yeah. Well, just seeing the xenomorph on an asteroid was like, I was like, okay. So now we know what's going to like set the tone for this movie and what to expect, and I was all on board. I was like, I wasn't expecting that, and I was very curious to see how that was going to be fledged out. And right when I saw that, I'm like, wait a minute. We are literally getting the sequel to Alien, and Aliens now becomes Alien 3. Like, oh my God, that sounds so awesome. This is so clever. Maybe Fede Alvarez actually has an idea of what he wants to do with this franchise.
And then we get the rest of the movie.
My thoughts were exactly the same as yours. Like, oh my gosh, this is like continuing Alien.
Yes.
Like, literally. Like, and that made me wonder too. Like, well, shit. If that means if this is gonna happen in for Alien, there's an alien queen at the end of Aliens 2 floating around in space as well. What's gonna be there? Is she gonna become a planet?
Which.
So it made my mind just go to lots of places, but I was on board. I was like, dude, this is going to be awesome because that alien is not dead. It is back. And it made so much sense. But I'm like, again, I was like, if it's an asteroid, how's it surviving space? Like, how can they breathe? But yet we've known that they can crawl around in space on ships without worrying about the air. So it was like, it made sense to me. I was on board. I was like, okay, cool. This is actually really interesting. But that's where it stayed.
And that's the problem. Like, because, again, it is the perfect specimen. It is the perfect fucking life form. It's the perfect life form. And I like that.
The perfect organism.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, they're going to play this? Yes! Yes! This is... And again, I was like, we're literally getting a sequel to Alien that happens before Aliens, which is the sequel to Alien, and Ripley's not in it, and that's absolutely fine. I am so down. Here we go. What are we getting? And then we didn't get it. We didn't get it. We didn't fucking get it. What? We didn't fucking get it. They showed us clips. They showed us clips from the movie we should have gotten, but we didn't fucking get it. And I was like, no, that's the movie. I want to see the original Xenomorph wreak havoc on a space station. What? We seen it wreak havoc on a fucking, on a mining ship, right? Now we're on a full-fledged space station with fucking scientists, and we seen it doing its thing. Here's my question. Where'd they get the face huggers from? Again, another part of the lore I thought they were going to explore in this movie. It's all set up for it, and they don't do it. They don't do it. They played it safe, Spider-Man. They played it safe. I wanted so much more. So did I, Spider-Man. So did I. And that's the thing that drove me crazy. By the way, the chat's open. If y'all want to get in the chat, get in the chat. Spider-Man's there. I love Spider-Man. That's my boy. That's my boy. Man, Spider-Man, we go back way back. So I think week 15? Week 17. Oh, look who's here in the chat. It's JR. He's in the chat. He ain't here with us. But he poops on this movie, even though he didn't see it. That's fine.
Just ignore him. He's a troll.
He's a troll. That's what I felt this movie was. It was a troll. This movie was a troll. It literally was an internet troll meme for the Alien franchise. And that's fucked up, and it hurts because you know what? This was a solid production. It was a solid crew. I said this on Friday, and I'll say it again, and I will die on this hill. This crew was solid. Solid. And I just don't get why it happened like this. JR says he refuses to watch it at this point. It doesn't matter. Just listen to this podcast. We'll give you all the juicy details. As if you were here with us talking. But it was like... The movie was there. The movie really should have been them picking up the Xenomorph, the original Xenomorph from 78, the 78 movie, and it wreaking havoc on the Romulus space station. That's what the movie.
The trailer was. That's what the trailers were gearing us for.
Well,
it was a Xenomorph-focused film.
Okay, so I will say this. I don't think the trailer was gearing us to that because of the cast in the trailer. Like, they did not look like they were scientists, right? And they weren't, obviously, right? But, if you want to go as far as saying the Xenomorph chasing them on the ship was Xeno or Big Chap, then fuck yeah, let's go. And we see Big Chap. Spoilers, people! We see him. But he's dead. And he's pretty much hung almost crucified style. It's crazy. It's nuts. And we get to literally, that's like the first spoiler of the movie. The fact that Weyland-Yutani grabbed the Xenomorph from the original Alien movie, right? And it was still alive. Cocooned itself into this asteroid thing. Because, again, perfect organism. Yes, what? Get on the podcast. Why are you just get on the podcast so we can talk. Don't be a dippy. I know you're home. But I digress. He's probably outside right now roasting marshmallows. Because, honestly, he's got a nice setup in his backyard, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about JR, our brother, the co-host cohort. But, that's... That...
See,
should have been it. If they would have went to that space station and that Xenomorph was running around, fine. But we saw what happened. He was dead. He was crucified. He was dead. He was hung up.
Right. And that's the thing is, like, because I was staying away from pretty much everything after the last trailer that came out, or the one before the last. And when I saw that the alien Xenomorph was going to have its own, like, animatronic puppet, practical machinery, I was like, okay, so obviously a Xenomorph in this film is going to have a very pivotal role. Its own characteristic, its own story, its own purpose. And then to me, it was a wasted animatronic because it's in one shot in the movie.
One shot.
Oh my! And it doesn't do anything. It doesn't. We did not get what I wanted. We did not get Alien. We did not get Alien. We did not get Alien. We got our montages from Alien and Aliens, but we did not get an Alien movie. I'm sorry. In my opinion, this was not an Alien movie. It is a movie featuring the greatest hits, as so you put it, the greatest hits of the franchise. But that's all they do. That's all it is. It is not a movie where the alien, once it's established, starts picking off the crew one by one. It is a movie where just shit happens, but it's nothing related to a specific Xenomorph. And that bummed me out because I thought that's what we were getting. Oh. I thought we were getting... I mean, I didn't want a carbon copy remake of Alien, but because the Xenomorph... Look, I look at the sequels to Alien, like 3 and Resurrection, as garbage in movies that should not exist. I look at Prometheus and Covenant as movies that should not exist. If you're going to give me an alien movie and call it the perfect organism, the xenomorph should be where it ends and where it is the ultimate evolution of that creature. And the fact that we haven't gotten movies that have really satisfied that, this movie I thought was going to be that. This movie I thought was going to be okay, we're going to show you more with our modern take on this alien and give you what you want more. Because even though Alien is a great movie, I still would have loved another 25, 30 minutes of the xenomorph in that movie hurting people and killing people. So I thought this movie would have given me something like that. But no, it's like, oh, hey, here's a cool idea, but now we're going to show you this from Alien. Oh, here's another cool idea. We're going to show you this from Aliens, though. It kept giving us these breadcrumbs of really cool ideas, but not taking them anywhere. And that hurts. I mean that hurts because it makes me want to throw up. It's like, wow, wasted opportunity. And it makes me mad. The more I think about this movie, the more I dislike it even more.
I fucking love it. And here we are. JR has joined us. What's up, JR?
I got a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
First off, it was alluded to that Big Chap was in the movie in another review I watched today, but never explicitly said.
Oh, it's in there. He's there.
How?
He's in there.
How?
He's in it. He's in it.
Not only how, that completely defeats the purpose of Aliens.
No, it don't.
The second Alien movie.
No, don't.
How doesn't it? Because the whole point is they're still trying to get the xenomorph, correct?
Yeah, and they don't have the xenomorph in this movie.
No, they just got a bunch of facehuggers.
Right. So, and that's the point, and that's where we're going with the canon thing. So, real quick, Spider-Man threw up similar pose from deleted scene where it's T posing on the chains. That's the crucified reference where they find Big Chap and he's dead. Spider-Man also said Big Chap had a higher kill count than this new Scorched Xeno. That's alluding to what Chase was saying. That's true. And then Spider-Man also says, we got cannon fodder Xenos and a hero Xeno saving Rain from falling to her death and looking at her. That is kind of true too. That's at the end though, but holy crap, that is kind of true.
Well, here's the other thing. How did they find the original Big Chap?
So
in
remember,
the absolute infinite vacuum of space.
So yeah, and that's where that's a plot hole. That's a plot hole because
no, not exactly, because it has been said and shown that they are honing on energy sources and like signals, and it's kind of like the xenomorph, the organism gives off like a signature their mother can detect.
Yeah, yep. That's true.
Even if it's in the vacuum of space, which
it was
we've seen what should actually happen, it should have just, exploded when it entered space.
No, because if you weren't listening, if you jumped on about 7 minutes too late, Chase already explained it. We've seen Xenos in space before. We've seen it. They can survive in the vacuum of space, and that apparently is what this Xeno did. It cocooned itself. And it was floating among the wreckage of the Nostromo. That's how the movie starts. You see them flying through the wreckage of the Nostromo and looking and sifting, and they find the asteroid that is not an asteroid. It is a cocoon of Big Chap, the original Xeno. And that's
also to add, there isn't really a timestamp in the beginning. We don't know how soon this was after it got launched out.
Exactly.
Of the Nostromo, and we don't, and they don't, and even though we know it takes place in between Alien and Aliens, they don't really give it a timeline.
No, they do. They kind of do. There's a somewhat timeline. I don't. Well,
It was like, if I remember correctly, someone was saying it was like 20 years after Alien is when Romulus takes place.
Right, but in that...
That's true.
But even in that regard, in that amount of time, oh God, I'm in the wrong place again. Anyhow, even in that amount of time, it makes sense because it's still at least 40 years away from when Ripley gets found.
Yeah.
Or even 20 years. So, but like, and again, this is why I say it's a Dark Horse comic book movie, just not one of the better ones. They could have expanded on lore, and they should have. And they had it. They started it off with the idea of, this is the perfect specimen. We found it. It's still alive. It just cocooned itself. How do we do it? And then they go away. And then they give us the cast of characters. And they're on a mining colony. And they want to get off.
You need to make it apparent, JR, we aren't complaining about the beginning of it. We like the beginning of it. That's not the problem.
We wanted that movie. We wanted that movie.
Well, all right, guys. I gotta pop off so I can eat some dinner. Listen.
Hey, do me a favor. Put your phone on. Set it to this podcast, because we're gonna piss you off even more.
No, because this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna ignore this movie's existence from this point forward. I'm just gonna do it.
No. Listen to me. Trust me when I tell you this. This movie is not Alien Covenant. It's not Prometheus. It's not Resurrection. It fits exactly where it needs to fit. It's a good movie. It's just not a good Alien movie. That's it.
So bad.
Because the good Alien movie that's in this movie, they didn't make that movie. And that's the movie with Big Jap. That's the movie with the original Alien. That's the movie we wanted. Or the movie they set up, and I didn't know I wanted until I seen it with the setup in the beginning. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to do this? This is the movie I want. I can't believe it. And then they don't do it. Just pay attention. Because, JR, it gets worse, bro. It gets far worse. And I think you want to hear. I think you want to hear it.
I know. But, all right, guys. You have a good one.
Hi.
See ya.
Later. And there's JR, ladies and gentlemen. He's gone. He didn't see the movie. But I hope he's listening, because I'm pretty sure, Chase, I'm pretty sure our messenger chat is going to blow the fuck up when we really get into the later shit. But, yeah, and I think that was the biggest, and not the biggest, but that was, in the beginning, the biggest thing I felt, where you set this up, and we don't go in that direction. That was bothersome.
Yeah.
And the fact that you set that up, and you don't go in that direction, and then you don't explain where these eggs come from, where the face huggers come from. That, like, none of that was explained in the movie. And I'm sitting there like, but how? Like, what? How does this space station have this shit? It's not explained. Show us.
Yeah.
Give us that exposition.
That, if done carefully, could probably still maybe save the franchise in a future installment, because obviously Wayland knows about these creatures coming from somewhere, and he's like cherry picking them, but where, I don't know. But it definitely makes me curious too, unless they went and ransacked LV 426 after Alien. But the thing is, then Aliens totally gaslights Sigourney Weaver, being like, there's no aliens there.
Yeah, exactly. Hold up, Spider-Man hit us up, said, I assume they reverse engineered Big Chap's goo before he woke up to make the face hugger. They're different since they have hook barbs on their fingers now. The Xenos themselves are different too. Those eggs are created the same way David created them in a cave with a box of scraps. Exactly. See? Greatest hits of the franchise. I don't like Covenant. But they totally go with the flow and bring Covenant into the flow. And I'm like, oh God,
They
no.
bring everything into the flow.
They really did. I like, you know what? And I swear to God, I watched Alien and Aliens, and then I watched only the certain parts of Alien 3 that I wanted to earlier this year. Like, literally, like in fucking February of this year. I don't remember this thing about black goo. That's a Prometheus Covenant thing. Am I lying?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Again.
And that's where I'm like, okay, so I'm watching this movie. I go, oh, the black goo. I guess Prometheus and Covenant are a part of the fucking history, and it shouldn't be, and it should not be. It should not be.
Black goo? You mean like tar from a tar pit? Is that how Alien Earth happens?
Oh no, I'll tell you how Alien Earth happens. I know. Because this movie tells us how that would work. And we'll get to that in a minute because we got to still get to some major, if you want to call them major spoilers.
We didn't done it.
Yeah. We find an android on Romulus, right? Face down, dead, kind of bishoped in a way, right? Split down the middle, not down the middle, but split in half, like Bishop was in Aliens. Haha, another greatest hit. But this android comes to life, and it is who, Brother Chase?
Ash. It is Ash, Ian Holm. It's been dead for years, and they made a CGI.
What did you think of the CG first off? What did you think of that?
What I thought of that?
Yeah, that CG, because I mean he's in the movie, heavy. It's not like a cameo. He's in the movie.
I thought literally right when I saw that, and my theater laughed. Everybody in my theater laughed. I literally thought, okay, if this is already starting with like Easter eggs and shoehorned nostalgia with an AI person who's dead, this is not gonna end well. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it because I just thought it was cheap. I thought it was very cheap to me, I feel like if you're gonna do an AI character and like make him CGI, it's kind of disrespectful when they're dead. I don't like that idea. I don't. Okay. I did like it for the aesthetic of like, okay, well, this is an android and this person, is just basically artificial. But the fact that the actor Ian Holm is dead and this is exactly Ash, but not exactly Ash. It is just a new android that looks exactly like Ash. It's the same model. It just it came off very distasteful to me, and I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. I just didn't care for it.
So I will disagree with you a little bit there. I get what you're saying. I respect that. I do. I did not mind it. I like it only because it wasn't Bishop. If it was Bishop, I would have fucking walked out. I would have been gone. Goodbye. I'm done.
That would have been another crazy thing if it was Bishop.
Yeah. So I like the idea that they brought back Ash because it does tie into the original Alien movie. And again, there's the sequel we want. That's the sequel I thought they were setting up. I can't say we wanted, but that's the sequel I thought they were setting up. A legit Alien 2. Not Aliens, Alien 2. They have Ash. There's the android. Yes, it's the likeness, and the CG wasn't that good. I mean, it was all right. But the reason for him being there, everything happening, it was like, okay, I could get on board. But again, he's also the one that shows them the fucking movie we should have gotten. When Big Chap is running amok around fucking Romulus, and this is what we should have seen. So real quick, just to catch up, because we're jumping spoilers. We're not doing even plot points of the movies. Plot points of the movie is Wailing Yutani finds the original Xenomorph in the wreckage of Nostromo. They bring it back to the Romulus space station, and they want to pretty much control it. They want to figure out how they can use it, bioengineer it, make money. End the story. The cast, the crew, the stars of the show are on a derelict planet, maybe asteroid, who knows, and they want to get off. And time is up, and somebody thought that they had, Kaylee Spaney's character is like, all right, I did my time, I can leave now. No, the company says you got another 20 years or whatever. That's not gonna happen. Her friends, the people she knows, and everybody, they're like, yo, there is this spaceship. They thought it was a spaceship. They didn't know it was a space station. There's a spaceship out there. We can go up there. We can get these cryo tubes. We can go to sleep and fly to our final destination. Like, the planet we want to be on, where we don't have to do this no more. Perfect. Great. So that's how it all happens. But they need the android brother, quote unquote. They need him because he has to be able to access the ship's mainframe, because he's a Wailing Yutani construct. This is how it all leads up to what happens. They go in, they fucking get stuck. They turn the air off, the heat goes on, the face hug is burst.
They turn the air off.
They literally do, though, that's what they do.
Man.
They turn the air off, bro. They do.
They turn the AC off.
The space station's crashing into the fucking rings of the planet. The rings are ice, by the way. That was awesome. I can't lie. Visually, all the space shit is dope. I love it. It really does capture the alien flavor. That's why I don't hate this movie. I don't. It's just they set me up for something they don't give me. And I'm sitting here like, God, why? Why? It's right there. You did it. You set it up. You didn't give it to me. But the aesthetic and all that stuff, yeah, it's beautiful. And I think what you said right at the top of the show, Chase, is, there's a lot of people praising this movie. I think they're praising it off of that. Like, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful thing. It feels like the original movies. Hell, even Aliens 3, I'm not even going to go there. I'm lying. But it felt like the original movies. It feels like a lived-in world. It doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel fresh. It doesn't feel sterile. It feels real. They give you that. But that doesn't make an alien movie, man. It doesn't. Just because the proton pack sounds like a proton pack doesn't make it Ghostbusters. That's all I'm saying.
It's exactly how I feel when I say whether or not how you feel about Jurassic World or the Jurassic World trilogy. This is kind of how I feel. Is like, even though I like Jurassic World, I do understand that there are people that like it and they don't admit that it's bad when it's bad. And they like it because it's one of those aesthetic things where it's like, oh, I feel like when movies and franchises really play on the nostalgia and you get invested in it because you think it's so cool or it tickles you in that feeling, you get blindsided to what the movie actually ends up being. And I feel like this was just an example of that.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why I say it's the Jurassic World of the franchise, because it is a nostalgia fest.
Yeah.
And, 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 and,
So Big Chap, the original alien, he runs amok on Romulus. They wind up getting him. They wind up killing him, but after the fact. And again, how they get the eggs, I get you, Spider-Man. I hear the reverse engineered shit through the goo. I don't buy that unless, and again, we got to bring in Covenant. Unless
the problem I have with that is that's not explained. If that were explained in the movie, that'd be a different thing. That would be one thing. I would be okay, fine. But that's not, as far as I know, that is not how the movie plays that out at all.
At all.
And that's why I don't buy any of the fan theories. I can't do that when it comes to movies like this. It has to be on screen. It has to be written. That's why when they read the Godzilla books, I don't call those canon, even if they say they are, because it has to be on screen. As someone who is an average viewer can know and tell me when they come from the movie, this is exactly what happens. So unless that was actually in the movie, which I don't believe it was, I can't buy that. I just can't.
To play devil's advocate right there, it's because I agree with you, but to play devil's advocate, it can quite possibly be a part of the lore. It works because of Covenant. I don't want to use it, but it's there. It's there. And you can say that David is an original Wailing Yutani construct, AI, right? And that it has maybe some kind of fucking connection to all other AIs that come down the line later. Bishop Whalen created this guy.
Technically, yeah, that's exactly kind of what happens, because you can't tell me that that's not the android that we see aside from Andy, the Rook android. That's not Ash. That's a version of him.
Right.
So that means, there can be some type of glitch in the Wi-Fi that's getting all the other androids angry.
No, it's not even that. It's a prime directive, if you will. Right?
Yeah, the mother initiative.
Right, because remember, Andy didn't have that because he had a different, remember they kept putting the little fucking, I called it the battery, the little battery thing in his head, and that's when he changed. It was like, oh, he can override the door if we take the android here, his little battery part, put it in Andy, and then he can override the door. And then he can override everything. We can open up the fucking station. We can get what we need. We can get the fuck out of here. So there's a prime directive, and I feel like that prime directive is a code from David that is passed down through algorithms from, and again, it's not shown in the movie, right? But this android was messing with the black goo to create the perfect specimen, the way David messed with the black goo in Covenant to try to create the perfect specimen. So that's the connection there. That's, if you don't know those movies, you won't get it. But we've seen those movies. Hell, you said you liked Covenant on Friday. So you know that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why, and that's why I said the greatest hits.
But again, it's Mother that gives the directive, not that's the thing we see is Mother giving the directive.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know.
You can't say it's not from something else.
Right. We don't know how far David has tapped into the system. We haven't seen it, but we know David messing with the goo.
Where it was gearing towards in Covenant was like, no, this is what's David's making his own communism. So
yeah,
it's everything.
So I mean, and that was the crazy thing. So like the second spoiler of the movie was seeing the android from Alien, and him still kind of being the same kind of guy. Like, no, I'm a company guy. We got to do this for the company. The company wants this. It's the company's directive. Andy gets infected with that because not infected, but the chip goes in his brain, and yeah, it's just a bunch of crazy things from that point on. There's not really anything else spoiler-ish. Okay? The face huggers, they get the one girl. She gets hit. She's got a face hugger on her for maybe 20 minutes, if that. Not in the movie time. Not movie time in real time in the movie. Maybe 20 minutes, right? Maybe 20 minutes. Oh, wait. Hold up. Disinferno. Okay. I don't know if that wants to be Disco Inferno, because I like Disco Inferno. That's one of my guys back in the WCW days, but I digress. Ripley 8 is basically perfect hybrid of Xeno and human. That's what Weyland Yutani wanted to achieve in Romulus. That's interesting how many their connections to Resurrection, both in prequels and now in this. You're right, Disinferno. We ain't got there yet, but you're absolutely right. Respect. Because we're going to get there. We're going to get there. David 8 and Ripley 8. Holy shit. I didn't even think of David 8 and Ripley 8. Because if you know me, you know I only seen Covenant one time. That one time in the theater. I refuse to watch it again. I cannot watch that movie ever again. I'll watch Romulus again. I'll watch it again. When it comes on like Max or Prime or Netflix. I'll watch it. But I will not watch Covenant. I don't care if it's on streaming for free. I can't do it. The only way I would do it is if there's a group of us and it's like, oh, watch it. All right, let's do it. It's the only way. It's the only way. But I digress. Yeah, so, like, the movie becomes, you get the one chick, the one girl, she gets the face hug on her. Let's say it's 20 minutes real time in the movie. They get it off of her. If it might even be 10 minutes. Real time in the movie, they get it off of her, but it's too late. The face hugger already planted a seed. Chase, bro, am I bugging? Or is the face hugger, is the fucking gestation time of a chest burster sped up in this movie?
Oh yeah, it was like hopped up on Gatorade, man. It was it was done when it started.
It was ridiculous.
Whereas in Alien, it took 3 days or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
When Kane was out cold. Yeah, I started to notice that kind of became the thing in Alien as it progressed. Like the gestation period became or the incubation period or whatever you want to call it. It started to not take that long for it to hatch, but in Romulus, it felt like all she had to do was just get touched by it, and she was already impregnated, and it was the start of the xenomorph being birthed. It was abnormally fast.
Hell yeah. Check this out. Spider-Man said it had that AVP gestation time. Spider-Man, stick around. I'm going to talk about that one in a minute. And Disinferno, I feel like Ridley Scott is a big fan of Resurrection. True story. Smiley face. I can't even lie. That's awesome. The face hugger comes off. They fucking freeze the fucking tail to get off the... They frostbite. They gave it frostbite. The thing comes off. She jumps. And then next thing you know, homeboy that's a dick to Andy, right, takes her back to the ship that... oh my god, we haven't even talked about Isabella Merced yet.
We don't need to. She sleeps for the whole movie.
She slept from the beginning of the movie. She's pregnant. He's got a baby. Her brother don't know who her brother is. The love interest of Kaylee Spaney, right? He's running around. He's running around in Romulus, but the chest burster. It burst out of this girl's chest. It's, again, the trailer seems like it's gonna be like, oh fucking god, with the X-ray fucking light thing. Oh, that's a dope idea. It's dope. Oh, it's dope. it kind of works. I can't say it doesn't work. It does work.
Again,
but then
an example that this movie had great ideas, just did not go anywhere with it.
Yeah. It was cool as shit, but then it wasn't seasoned. I mean, like, it's there, but there was no flavor. It's like, what?
It's like, why call it a chest burster if it doesn't even burst out of the chest?
Well, you don't think it burst out of the chest? I thought it burst out of the chest.
I thought it, like, flopped out of the chest. Out of the chest.
No, I feel you. But no, it did actually kind of flop out of the chest. It burst out, then it kind of just like fell to the side and then kind of ran away. It was weird. I don't.
It was. Yeah, it was. It was. Let's put it this. It was a. You get hyped for it, and then you get built up to this epic chest-bursting reveal just to be let down. It's like eating a bag of chips at Walmart nowadays. You think you're getting a lot, and you just get a bag of air.
It's funny. Spider-Man says, peeked out of her chest. And then Disinferno says, Rain and Andy is now my one of favorite characters of the Alien franchise. One of my favorite characters of the Alien franchise. It's interesting if Rain will develop for Andy some romance. No, I don't think that's going to happen. She grew up with Andy. Andy was already Andy when she was a little kid. That's established. So she grew up with Andy. Andy's never going to change. So I think she looks at him as the big brother. I don't think there's ever going to be a romantic interest. And on top of that, Andy will definitely not reciprocate. Like, at all.
Yeah, I think that would kind of be an awkward thing, too, especially because they do have that brother-sister type of compatibility. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if this franchise does continue. I don't know if we would actually see Kaylee Spaney and Andy return. But I don't know. I could see it also being another way. My thing is because Alien has been done with this franchise, has been so expanded on and done and dragged on. I just don't know what you can necessarily do with Alien going forward. I mean, if you can get through another Alien movie with it being in space on a ship and audiences are okay with that, then maybe. But I think maybe if I had to put a guess on it, where we would have to go next would be, I see it like this, and they find where the xenomorphs have originated from if they break from that canon of how they were created with Prometheus and Covenant. Because eventually, this franchise has so many retcons as it is, things are going to be getting rewritten anyways, and I think that if you eliminate Prometheus and Covenant from this catalog of films, it gives you a little bit more breathing room and leeway again. But what I see happening is they would have to find where the xenomorphs originated from, and Wayland Yutani would have to have come back and be like, okay, we're here to study these creatures, and we've built our own outpost on this planet observing the xenomorphs and the aliens and the wildlife, and then that's basically, you get basically Alien Jurassic Park. That's the only way I could see it really going, unless they do another type of alien film on a ship, but I don't know. I mean, you could do a thing where you expand on Wayland Yutani's like universe, and he has like this galactic type enterprise city in space, you know, and it just turns out that these group of people want to steal money from Wayland Yutani and then get into some messy situations. But I also feel, again, like that's been done in a degree, you know. If I'm not mistaken, Alien Resurrection was kind of like that, where they were selling off the people in the ship in the cryopods or something. But I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if we get the sequel with Rain and Andy. I mean, it's left open for it, but it's also in a place where anything could happen now. Where it also doesn't have a sequel with them in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what we could expect.
I don't think we get this cast of characters back. Like I said, I think this is a one-off type of Dark Horse comic book thing. And again, it should be. Like, Alien is a franchise that doesn't need Ripley. It doesn't need this connective tissue unless you end it on a cliffhanger. Right? Now, unless you end it on a cliffhanger, you don't need it. You can tell so many different stories in this universe because of the xenomorph. It's not like Godzilla. He's, one entity in the water on Earth. The xenomorphs are a species, man. They're all over the place. And Spider-Man says real quick, I feel like xenomorphs are still a natural species thanks to this movie. Found and worshipped by engineers, later by David, then by humanity. Xenos represent unlimited evolutionary potential. Xenomorph Prime from the comic is a hellish planet I love to see explored. If I'm not mistaken, them damn xenomorphs were created by David. That's why I can't stand Covenant. But if you're saying, Spider-Man, in terms of, in context of the original movie to what we're doing here, if David did not create the xenomorphs, but yet saw them and said, wow, this is evolution on another fucking scale, like to the highest peak, then yeah, sure. Because that's what this movie kind of sets up right at the beginning. It sets that up with the original Alien xenomorph.
Yeah, and I think with Aliens, I still think there's only so much you can squeeze out of the franchise. What I would like to see is where Alien Colonial Marines, the video game, was going with having different types of xenomorphs and brought into a different type of setting. I think that would be cool. But again, I just don't know how much further you can keep going, because let's not get this mistaken. Romulus was very, very similar to Alien. It really was.
Yes.
I mean, even the ending was Kaylee Spaney being Ripley, and
legit.
It was, and that's not to knock Kaylee Spaney. It's just the ideas. See, that's the thing. Again, Fede Alvarez had quite a few cool ideas, but ultimately the film was just a copy of something we've already gotten, and that bums me out.
Okay, ready for this?
And so I don't know where it can go.
Okay, ready for this? This is how I look at the Alien franchise. It's Alien, xenomorphs, species, right? It's a fucking thing. It's not just one. There's millions, right? I look at it like George Romero zombie movies. You can do it. You can do it. I don't understand why there has to be characteristics with the alien. I don't get it. This is why I love Aliens so much. The fucking bugs were bugs. The aliens were aliens. The Colonial Marines were there to wreck shop. It wasn't until the end where we got the reveal of the Queen. Oh, shit. What the fuck, right? And I agree with you. I like to see different aliens, and we did in this movie. You know it. We ain't there yet. We saw it in Alien Resurrection. We saw it in Alien 3. We saw it in Covenant, for crying out loud. I mean, granted, it was a protomorph.
AVPR, the Predator.
We saw it in AVPR. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Which is still my favorite fucking hybrid. We saw it, and it's not like it can't be done. It's just, it feels like the studios are afraid. Again, it's been done in comic books. It's been done in novels. It's been done in video games. What the fuck are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? This movie played it so safe. It drove me crazy. It played it so safe.
it's like, why are we still following the prequel movies that people, even though people are saying they like them, they didn't. I don't think.
I think.
You know,
I think it's to stroke Ridley Scott's ego. That's all.
Yeah, because that's the thing I really dislike about the guy, is that he is a jerk when he does not get his way, and and that kind of bothers me, because it's like see, that's the thing, is like Fede Alvarez, you can tell he's a fan. He knows his stuff.
He does. It's in the movie.
But it was like he wasn't allowed to go to where he wanted.
Exactly.
He wasn't allowed to make his move. And it's like, is Ridley Scott just afraid that another James Cameron's going to come in and make a better movie than his?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel, is like Ridley Scott is afraid that I'm going to be forgotten because, unfortunately, Napoleon sucked. Gladiator 2 is probably going to suck, and he knows it. And his movies are just not good anymore. And I mean, Prometheus,
But we're also, and I agree with that, because you got to look at it. Ridley Scott is like, he's 82 years old, I think. He's in his 80s. But he did. The thing is with Ridley Scott, it wasn't just science fiction. Like, the dude, if people look at it, it's like Spielberg, right? Like, he's not Spielberg, but Spielberg had a plethora of genres that he explored in his movies and nailed it. Ridley Scott kind of did the same fucking thing. Jaws came out in 77? 76. 76.
I think you're right. 76.
Yeah. 76, Star Wars 77, Alien 78. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, 75, actually.
Look at that, 75. So, blockbuster, right? In space, no one can hate you scream. Like, they did things. Ridley Scott went on to direct epics. Legit, epics. He did. There's no reason for him to get all butthurt about a fucking franchise that he didn't even know was going to be a franchise, because it was just, I'm going to direct a movie in the fucking 70s. No, because at that point in time, that's all it was. Just directing movies. There was no franchises yet. James Bond, Godzilla, the Universal Monsters. That was it in terms of franchises. And what do all three of those have in common? Schlock, cult, following. That's what it was. Nobody was really watching Godzilla movies like that back then. He didn't think he was creating a franchise.
King Kong with Jeff Bridges.
No. Well, it was 70. Yeah, it was
75. No, 76 actually.
76. 76, you sure?
Yeah, it says right here. Yep, 1976.
But even that's not a franchise though. That's a remake. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about movies that...
It's a creature feature at that time, though.
No, yeah, I get that. But what I'm trying to say is, like franchise. Like, we have franchises now. Like, franchises are here.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Jaws. But Spielberg didn't do that like that. You know what I'm saying? But we have franchises. Lord of the Rings. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if you want to go there. But they're franchises. James Bond's been around forever. Godzilla's been around for the longest. The most movies in fucking cinema history, right? We know that. Ridley Scott didn't know that this was going to be a franchise. So for him to be butthurt about things, and this is what bothered me, because Neil Blomkamp was coming in to do Alien 5. And I swear on every fucking thing, that movie would have been the fucking movie. That movie would have been.
Movie was gearing up to be
It awesome. Was gonna be awesome. Awesome, it was. And he pulled his fucking card and said, nope, I want to do something. And Romulus suffers because of that. Suffers. This Inferno says Ridley Scott was the one who said that Rain and Andy should be central relationship in the movie, so he's definitely part why Romulus worked. I get that, central relationship, but the relationship there was brother-sister, siblings, not romantically. So I totally get what you're saying, but it's not a romantic thing. It's a sibling thing, which again, it's love, because she, in the movie, when that dickhead kid was like, oh, she didn't tell you that we're not taking you with us to the planet because they don't like synths there? And she didn't tell him. And you could see it in the face. Like, and again, this is why it's not a bad movie. It's just because they fucking, the story was good. Like for the human part. The human element was really good. Spider-Man says, keep Ripley away. Oh, Ridley away. Oh, my bad. Keep Ridley away. I appreciate what he did with Alien, but I don't need any more retcons or his input. I already lost my elephant alien. It's true. We all did. But did we really? Because at the end of this movie, spoiler! Dora the Explorer gives birth to a motherfucking engineer. Come on, man. What the fuck? We ain't there yet. Oh my God. You know what? Initially, I was going to do this podcast solo. I would have been done already. We're an hour and 9 minutes in, Brother Chase. We're still going. Let's keep going. Let's not stop. Yeah.
But yeah, Ridley Scott. Well, just even that, the threatening passive-aggressive note he sent Fede Alvarez saying, hey, good luck, don't fuck it up. And it's like, bro, I mean, we don't need any of that hostility.
Exactly, and that's what kills me. It's like, don't fuck it up. What do you mean don't fuck it up? I mean, because he established lore. He did. Ridley Scott did. Like, that they did. And then the next movie didn't come out until like fucking 8 years later. It's not like it came out 2-3 years later. It came out later.
I don't know. Did you watch the red carpet interviews with Ridley Scott for the movie?
For Romulus?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
So he was there on the red carpet, and in his interviews, when they're talking to him, he almost makes it like, hey, I'm the one who made this movie. The way he talks about it is like he almost kind of steals it from Fede Alvarez, and I really have issues with Ridley Scott doing that.
That's funny you say that, because check this out real quick. We got a comment in. Disinferno just said, Ridley Scott considers Alien 3 and Resurrection as canon. That's why he declined Neil Blomkamp with his take for Alien 5, who wanted to make a straight sequel to Aliens. Ooh. So look at that. You're saying this, and Disinferno straight up at the same time put that up. That's crazy. What an egomaniac.
It's sabotage.
It is sabotage. It is. God. But still, this movie had room to maneuver with lore. Not even lore, but just things. Again, how did they get face huggers on Romulus when they just got the xenomorph? I can explain that. Because in the director's cut or the deleted scenes of Alien, they showed the engineer, the one dude on fucking Nostromo who was turning into an egg. The alien was turning him into an egg. Evolution, it worked. I wanted to see that. One of the things I was talking about on Friday that I couldn't get into more, but because this is the podcast, I can get into now. When homegirl had her chest burst out and her asshole boyfriend that was being a dick to everybody got fucking vaporized by acid blood because he wanted to take this was stupid. He wanted to take a fucking a prod, an electric prod, and stick it into the fucking. I like this though. We didn't touch upon this. I like this. I like that you saw there's another gestation period for the xenomorph. The chest burster bust out, and then it cocoons itself to become the chest burster. I mean, not the chest burster. What am I saying? The chest burster.
The xenomorph.
The xenomorph. I liked that. I did. I really did. Adding to the lore. That I really fucking dug. I was like, that's dope. When that xenomorph is fucking fully fledged, right? Man, dude fucking tries to electrocute it while it's in the cocoon. Didn't work. It fucking bleeds, whatever. And then dickhead dies. Boom. You see, they show it in the movie when Isabel Merced's character, which her name is Kay, when Kay is trying to run away from the alien while they're on their ship, you see the xenomorph pulling the girl who he busted out of the chest and her dickhead boyfriend, pulling them into a shaft. Why would the xenomorph be pulling dead bodies into a shaft? Why? So my thought process was to create eggs. To create fucking eggs. That's what I thought was going to happen. Because they're dead. They can't be fucking, they can't house face huggers. They can't be incubators. They're dead. So what do you use this for? You're not going to eat them. You're going to create eggs. You're going to create, because you're the perfect specimen. You're going to do evolution. They didn't do, that's where I thought they were going. They didn't do it. Fede Alvarez, in that fucking interview he did, said, we are doing things, fine-tooth comb, picking out the little details. That was a detail. That was a detail. You saw them getting dragged up into a shaft. Dead bodies. Dead bodies. Nothing happens. Nothing. That pissed me off even more. I was like, come on, man. Already. We had one movie. I thought we were going this way. See, Spider-Man even agrees. Egg morphing would have been a great addition. Exactly. It is a part of a lore that should be. It works in this universe. It does. It's not far-fetched. It was in the original movie. It's just a deleted scene. But it's there. You can put that back in. For crying out loud, Deadpool and Wolverine made Channing Tatum Gambit in the fucking movie. It works. It works. It works. That's what pisses me off beyond. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, Disney, you did that, but you can't do this. Disney, you own both fucking franchises. Disney, pay attention, Disney. Pay attention. Pretty please. Don't fuck up another franchise. You already fucked Star Wars. Don't fuck this up. And I'm not saying they fucked it up, but they just didn't do enough. You know?
Yeah, and that's how I feel too. It's like, I'm not saying this movie, like I said, I don't hate this movie. I don't think it is a bad movie. It's just a movie that if you are an Aliens fan and are expecting an Alien movie, you're not getting that.
Right.
You're not getting that. And I'm not, and the thing is like, if Fede Alvarez said, hey, I'm going to start making a sequel, I'm like, okay, just don't have Ridley Scott attached to it.
Yeah. Spider-Man says, wasted potential, the movie. Yes.
Yeah, it like that. Like I said the other night, it's Alien rob our bucks.
Rob our butts. Rob our bucks. Right. Alien rob our bucks. All right. Let's get into it. Let's keep going. Those were our grievances. They're legit. They are legit. Like nobody can argue with us how that's not legit. They're legit grievances. The crew on this movie, and I swear on everything, I think at the end of the day, Fede Alvarez is like, yeah, that's not the movie I wanted to make. I honestly believe that. The dude knew his shit. He wanted to do something else. And I think it's studio.
The way I see it is it had such a strong...
Nanda.
It had a strong point, and then eventually it became very, very rushed and lost its focus.
Okay, real quick, ladies and gentlemen. JR didn't join us, but the legit, my brother JR joined us. Bro, what's going on, man? What the hell?
I just seen you in a voice chat, and I was like, oh, let me pop in and see what's going on, because I was on Discord.
Yeah, we're live streaming.
My bad. Yeah, I was gonna stay quiet, so I wasn't gonna say anything, and then you're like, "Oh, he's here," and I'm like,
I gotta do it. Well, John Hill, welcome to the live stream. We're doing the Alien Romulus spoiler review, and you're about to be spoiled.
That's fine. I haven't seen the movie.
That's fine.
Spoiled me away.
Yeah, and again, at the end of the day, this is not the type of movie that the spoilers matter. if you think about it, right, Chase? They don't really matter.
They really don't.
They don't. It's not like, again, it's
Actually,
not like
most of the spoilers are just nostalgic Easter eggs.
it really, exactly. So,
But and that's the thing. It's like literally, if you think about it, if you actually take a minute, and I mean this for the listeners, if you see this movie and you think about it, what was this movie really about? Where does this movie even go to set up a continuation? There's really nothing there. I mean, literally at the end of the movie, everything crashes and burns. There's nothing that continues further except Kaylee, Spaney, and Andy.
but
That's all.
but see, and that's the one point of contention where I'm like, I like that. It doesn't have to go nowhere. That's the
And I'm not
beauty of
saying I don't
Alien.
like that either. I think in this case, like, it works fine. It's just this, and this, for the sake of spoilers, there wasn't really a plot to where this thing makes you go like, OMG, you know.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't know that.
I'll put it like this. I probably would have liked this movie a lot better if they didn't do Alien Greatest Hits. You know?
Yeah, I think I would have liked it if aliens weren't even in it.
No, I want to see Xenomorphs. I want an Alien movie. And it's there. It is there.
You know what? What they should have done was a sequel to Life. Have Calvin come back with Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal.
What? No. Oh my God, that was a good movie. I like that movie. Spider-Man says, I've seen more discussions in my circle about Big Chap than the movie overall. It's true. It's true. That's the movie that should have been. They should have focused on
we should have gotten Big Chap back on a ship and the kids encounter Big Chap and it goes from there. We shouldn't have gotten like, and that was the one thing too. It's like, you're telling me all of the aliens that are from the ship don't start attacking them all to the very end? Like,
no. Remember, it was Romulus and oh God, what's the other? It's two different parts of the space station.
Yeah, it was Romulus and some other R word.
Yeah. I forget, but they're brothers, and you should know this, dude. It's a God of War shit. But that's what it was. It was in two different parts of the space station, so that's why the aliens. And that's another thing I liked. What was the purpose of the xenomorph in this movie besides poking a guy in the eye and headbutting a dude with older subordinates who decided to follow its command? Exactly.
That's exactly our point. It's
exactly.
That
was Spider-Man, by the way.
animatronic was wasted. the xenomorph is not it's not like Alien and Aliens where the xenomorph is like the main character aside from the human characters. It's an afterthought.
Yeah, it's a MacGuffin. It really is. At the end of the day, like,
yeah,
you got the characters. They want to get off of this planet. That's the plot. That's their goal, right? So that's the arc. Their goal is to get off the planet. That's what we're supposed to be sucked into. Their goal. We want to get off the planet with them, right? We can't stand the way they're living. Their living conditions suck, and
we're all dying from the pollution.
They're dying from the pollution, and they did their time. They did their time, and then the company says, oh, well, you know what? No, we just added 15 more years. Fuck that. I got to get out of here. So that's the hook for us. That's where we fall in line with the characters. That's where we fall in love with them. We go, okay, we connect there. Yeah, nah, fuck that. What do you mean 15 more years? Fuck you. I'm out. And you can't go nowhere. But then you find a way out. Okay, perfect. Let's go. We got to go to the spaceship. Oh, it's not a spaceship. It's a space station. Shit. Okay, let's get the fucking cryo tubes. We got to do whatever. What the fuck is this? It's in this thing. Oh, there's aliens. Oh, shit, face huggers. Oh, shit. The fucking original alien is here. But he's dead. But he's dead, Jim. But he's dead. And in its place now is this fucking alien that has electricity running through his head. I can't stand it. I hate it. It's like the grid alien in Alien versus Predator. Shut up.
I still
go to
don't
bed.
Understand like how that worked.
I don't either. It was dumb. The kid put the fucking the cattle prod into the fucking stasis pod, whatever the fuck that thing was, the gestation pod. Electrocuted it. Then the fucking acid came out. It blew his chest up, which was actually a better chest bursting scene than the actual chest bursting scene.
What I thought in that scene when he uses the cattle prod, I wasn't expecting that to be the xenomorph growing into the xenomorph. I thought that was like some type of fungus that they were going to show as a new thing. And I was kind of excited, like, this is like some type of fungus that attacks people, like, from the wall.
Ooh,
I thought that was what we were going to get.
No.
Because when the stinger came out, I thought it was like a bug, not like a xenomorph.
There was no indication of that in any of the movies that would happen. Like, that was totally the alien in there. I mean, like, it's totally it. It's just,
well, yeah, I know that, but when you see it, it looks like a pile of mud on a wall.
That's what I'm saying. I like that you have a gestation period in a human host, chest burster. That thing jumps out, then it has to turn into the xenomorph. We seen it in the original Alien too. I'm pretty sure you found the shedded skin. We just never saw the husk.
Yeah.
Like the where it was. Spider-Man says taking biomechanical too far. It's true. But it was dumb. I was like, what is this? All right, but I digress. Whatever. It didn't have electric power. Thank God for that. Could you imagine if this thing ran around like in Gremlins 2, where that fucking one gremlin drank that fucking thing and then had electric powers? Like, I would have been pissed off. I would have been like, I'm out. I would have walked out. I would have fucking left the movie theater like, fuck this. It's over. I would have quit the G Show. I said, no more podcasts. It's over. I'm done. Fuck it.
I thought it was an android alien. Wait, they have robotic xenomorphs?
That's what Ash was trying to build. Okay, so anyhow, Dora the Explorer is there. She's pregnant, and you think she dies. Spider-Man says he wanted Big Chap to live long enough to interact with the Romulus Xenos, to be honest. Yes, but at the same time, where they went, I just wanted Big Chap, the original alien from 1978, to be the main fucking baddie in this movie. If Ripley didn't kill it and just shot him into space and he evolved, cocooned himself so he can survive, then I want to see a proper death. And this movie should have gave it to us.
Maybe that's where our Alien Romulus 2 goes, is we're gonna give you that movie, and that's what we get.
But the thing is,
Romulus.
Yeah,
Romulus. It's just Alien prequel, the franchise. Prequel after prequel after prequel.
Yeah, I know. No, it should have been this. It should have been this. But again, not knocking it. It is a comic book come to life. Legit. You know what? Disney said, hey, our Marvel comic books do really well. Let's make a Dark Horse comic book. We got the aliens. We got the Predator. Let's make this movie. Because again, the aliens are stand-ins like zombies, bro. You could just make anything you want around it. You know what the antagonist is. It's an alien. It's a zombie. Then you just make a movie around that. That's all you got to do. This was the wrong one when you start off with the original fucking alien and you don't use it. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing here? What are you fucking doing? It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. But again, digress. Let's get into it. Dora the Explorer's pregnant. Isabella Massard, her name's Kay in the movie. Kay's pregnant.
She's pregnant with boots.
She's pregnant with boots. And it seems like the alien took her and killed her and took her away. No, she lives. She's alive. She's cocooned. Because why is she cocooned? Because apparently they're making face huggers out of what? We never see it. The two dead bodies that they should have been making. I'm just saying. But she's cocooned. Brother hears her. They go save her. They get her out. She's bleeding. She's losing blood. The fucking android from Alien, not Bishop, the first movie, Alien Ash, tells them, I'm working on the black goo shit from Covenant, right? That David gave me in my fucking, because we're all androids, we're all connected.
He has the miracle drug that the Planet X aliens were wanting to give her.
Absolutely. He said, look at this video of this rat that was dead, and then I put the fucking thing in, and then all of a sudden it came back to life. And my brother left. And then, all right, it came back to life, but they never stayed around to see what happened afterwards. It blew up. So it didn't work. It didn't work. She injects that shit into herself to fix herself. Or save the baby. I don't know. But
yeah, there's not really an explanation. I mean, other than the fact that he says it can help her, but she's like unconscious at that time.
right.
So it's like her injecting herself is like she just was like, either this is gonna save me or kill me. Let's just do it.
But and again, like you said, she was like unconscious. She was in and out. Like, how would she know? Did he say it? He didn't say it to. He told her your friends are dead. That's what he says. Your friends are dead. They weren't dead. He was lying because he wants to preserve the fuck. He said press the button so I can get you help. That was his thing. So he can preserve what was there before she shot it into her neck, which was the black goo. He knew the company was coming. He's an android. He works for the company. One of the things I liked a lot was when they put that chip into Andy. Andy was like, I'm the company. I gotta do what the company mandates. I liked that. I did.
Yeah,
I really
I like
did.
that.
Although when he like fell apart at the end, not fell apart. He didn't like break into pieces. But like when he fell apart and he was just like laying on the floor shivering, and Rain had to come back to say. I was like, how did that happen? What happened? Why did he start glitching? Did he have PSTD or some shit? Like, what the fuck happened? I digress. But anyhow, Kay, Isabella Merced's character, injects herself with the black goo because she was bleeding out of the shoulder where the fucking alien had hooked its tail into, to heal herself, I guess, because she was losing all the blood. I don't know if it was because to heal herself or to save the baby. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, that baby, after everything was said and done, they kill all the aliens. There's multiple aliens, by the way. It's not just one alien. There's literally multiple aliens in the Romulus space station.
There's a whole colony worth.
There's a whole colony, and they all get blown up. Not blown up, really. Destroyed when the space station crashes into the rings of the planet that they're trying to escape. That's done. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, it's not done. I mean, like, that's not, like, come on. You know there's a big reveal. There's something big coming. But all of those aliens are dead. Kelly Spanny puts Kay into the fucking stasis pod. Mwah, gives her a kiss. Says when we wake up, we're going to be in a better place. You, your child, blah, blah, blah. Great. She goes, talks to David. I mean, not David. Oh, my God. See, I said David. Because it's Andy talks to Andy. Spider-Man says, I thought Dora would mutate as well, like other people exposed to the goo. Exactly. Plot hole.
I mean, what happened was rats mutated. Why didn't she?
Exactly. Because maybe Ash kind of... Nope, it's a plot hole. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a plot hole.
So then, Dora goes into stasis. Rain goes talks to her brother, Andy. She says, all right, you're going to pilot the ship. I'm not going to leave you alone. We're going to make it. We're going to go together. I don't care. I'm going to go to sleep now. There's a fucking emergency alarm. What's going on? Something happened in the pods. What? She runs, opens the pod, and there it is. It's just like Prometheus. When homegirl's pregnant and she uses the fucking thing
to a watermelon.
Right? But in this one, fucking Kay, Isabella Merced's character, Kay, she spits out a fucking thing. A cocoon. She literally gives birth to a cocoon. It's a cocoon. And then I forget, like, it falls down a hole. Because honestly, I was like tapping
it's
out.
like acid leaking from it, and it burns into a hole.
All right, thank you. Because I was like eating Raisinets and drinking my drink.
I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
At this point, I was done anyway.
Yeah, it is literally like at this point I was like, all right, what are we getting? And I was like, of course she's pregnant and she gooed herself, and that's gonna be the thing. And then we get to the alien resurrection part of we need that alien human hybrid, but it's an engineer. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Because it's an engineer. Am I lying, Chase?
What did that was an engineer.
It was an engineer. It was a fucking engineer with a tail. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I said that.
It just goes against everything this franchise has made. Like, even if it's a Prometheus nod, it's like they weren't xenomorphs. They weren't hybrids with the xenomorphs.
It was one of those things where I literally rolled my eyes to the back of my head, and I thought I was going to have a brain aneurysm, or I was going to be in Beetlejuice 1. My eyes were going to roll in the back of my head, my jaw was going to expand, and my eyes were going to roll out into my mouth, like Gina Davis. I was like, what the fuck? And again, this could be cool. This could be really cool, but it ain't. Should have had a trunk nose. Spider-Man, you ain't lying. It should have had a trunk nose. It was a fucking engineer. Why did they give it that face? Because it's obvious. It's obvious. You can't work around that. You can't say, no, it's not really it's an engineer. That's the face. That's what it is. This is why I get mad. That's why I love the Space Jockey. This is why I get mad when I look at a timeline and it says, like, fucking Covenant and Alien is 18 years apart. No. Because it looks like the fucking derelict ship and the Space Jockey.
Yeah, that ancient ruins.
Ancient ruins, right. Hundreds of years old, centuries. Not 18. That is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. And I don't know if that's legit or not, honestly. But if it is, right in its face. It's stupid. But I digress. That's what it is. Now we have a fucking human xenomorph hybrid running around. Pale skin, got a tail, looks like an engineer, feet like aliens. It's a dope design though, I can't lie. I'd buy that toy. Yeah,
vampirizes mama. Goodbye, Isabella Merced. You get your blood drank from it.
All right, dude, let me ask you a question. When I saw that, I thought he was breastfeeding.
Oh, shit.
I thought he went to breastfeed, bro. I was like, he just straight up fucking murked her. Oh, my God.
It drank all of her insides like a Capri Sun.
Pretty much. Spider-Man says, it even has a biomechanical back. It does. It really does. Which is crazy. Again, that's the injection. That's the black goo. That's the biomechanical fucking thing, I guess, to create the ultimate life form. I don't know, but it's dumb, and Covenant made that happen, and it shouldn't have. Stupid Prometheus. What? Get rid of all of that shit and just have the aliens be an alien species. Because that was the original fucking thought. Alien. That's it. And it drives me crazy. But that's those movies.
Yeah.
This
movie. I don't look, I don't have a problem with the Space Jockey. I don't. I thought it was, I think it's a cool element to Alien, but when they make it like, when just Prometheus made it so confusing, and I don't like those humanistic looking like alien things, and the engineer just bothers me. And when I saw that in Romulus, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. This movie needs to end. And I was glad it burned up in the asteroid belt.
Which is crazy. See, and that's what I liked about this movie. I liked that there was a... You don't see this thing, and there's no way that this can contradict anything that comes before it, because this thing is legitimately dead. It's dead. It's dead. It hit the fucking ice rings. It melted, burnt up, blew up, froze up, destroyed. It was disintegrated. I like that. Spider-Man says, I still don't know why the space jockeys created the handsome Squidwards. I thought the space jockeys were the handsome Squidwards, but I digress. As I grab my last one.
Yeah, I thought so too.
This is how this movie ended. And at the end of this movie, I just sat there and I didn't sit there. I got up right away. I said, fuck this. I got to pee. But I sat there and I got up and I said to myself, I was like, I don't hate this movie. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it as an Alien movie. I don't. But the way they marketed it, the interview I saw with Fede Alvarez and what they did in this movie was not the movie I wanted to see or thought I was getting. And yet that movie was in this movie, but it wasn't the movie. Again, it was in the screen where you had Rook talking about, Ash talking about, well, this xenomorph went crazy and yeah, eventually we killed it, but it took everybody out. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like legit. That was the movie I wanted to see. That movie, I swear on everything, would have revitalized the franchise. It really would have. I take nothing away from the actors. I take nothing away from Fede Alvarez. I take nothing away from the crew. Nothing. They gave us the world. They gave us that world again. They did. The problem was the story wasn't it. It just wasn't it. The story was there. They went a different route. The story wasn't it. That's unfortunately the big deal about this movie, in my opinion. Me not liking it.
Again, I don't hate it. Kind of like New Empire featuring Godzilla, but calling it Godzilla X Kong, and this is like Aliens, but it's just featuring aliens.
Yo, on some real shit. Yeah. It's literally, let's take everything that worked, or, not that worked. Let's take bits from all of these movies and put them in this one. Because literally, you can see everything from every movie. Hell, even Alien 3. There's a claustrophobic feel about Alien 3 that's in Alien that's in this movie. You know what I mean? But the Prometheus thing, the Covenant thing with the goo, it's there. The fucking Reebok, the fucking gun, the get away from her, you bitch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why? Spider-Man says, I am ambivalent towards it. I will be reading Big Chap's comic though. Marvel, actually, that's a great point. Marvel, when they got 20th Century Fox, their first Alien arc is fucking great. It really is. It really is. They were introducing ideas in that book that I was like, oh my god, all right, okay. Yeah. I would love to see this. I would love to see where this is going. But again, keep it there. Let's do this. Alien is a franchise that can absolutely go places. It doesn't have to just be Ripley or Rain. It could be anybody. It literally can be anybody. It could be the Space Marines, which again, You want to make a trilogy of movies? Space Marines versus Aliens. And then end it with Aliens versus Predator with Space Marines. It writes the fucking check itself. Gives you all the money. Gives you all the money. It's right there. If I was in charge, that's where I'd be like, oh, let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. But yeah, like, as a whole, okay, there were things that were explored in this movie that I appreciated because they set things up. They just never followed through for this movie. That being said, Chase, let's talk about Alien Earth that apparently is set way before anything.
Oh, God.
Well, let me know. That's apparently set way before any of these movies. Before Prometheus, Covenant, and before, like hundreds of years before. You know how this could work?
I don't know. Alien dinosaurs?
Nope.
I don't know.
No, because it's still the future. It's our future, right? It's just...
Well, then that means Alien versus Predator is canon.
That's it! That's it, Chase! There you go! You fucking got it! See, we've been together for so long, right? Doing the podcast. Whether it was a Godzilla block party, whatever it was. We've been together for how many years now? Fucking 8 years? 9 years?
2016.
Yeah, we've been together for so fucking long, bro. You get me. Exactly. It just means Alien versus Predator is canon. And I'll tell you why. Because this movie showed you that a regular xenomorph can survive in space by cocooning itself into this rock. Right? And at the end of AVP, the fucking queen falls into the water in the Arctic. Are you telling me? That Alien Earth can't be made because of that? Because I think so. Now that you established this, well, how could we have aliens on Earth, right? If all this happened in the future, well, there's a line in Romulus where the fucking android says, what's his name? What's his name? Wayland Bishop?
Yeah.
Bishop Whalen.
Wait.
Charles Bishop Whalen died looking for this. And where did Charles Bishop Whalen die?
Predator shish kebabbed him.
In AVP. They took
I thought
the
that was
best
a very
things out
interesting
the
thing.
franchise, bro. You think I didn't pay attention? I was paying attention. I paid attention. Like Peter Venkman said.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe this is why Disney didn't want to put out the AVP anime.
Dude,
They're
so they could
wanting
do it
to
themselves.
just make revitalize AVP as a franchise as a whole, and that makes sense too because AVP, Alien, in Dead by Daylight, Alien has AVP skin that you can get in the game. I bet you that's what it is. They're re-gearing up for AVP.
There it is. Real quick, Spider-Man says, Predator bros, it's our time. Future global warming gonna let the queen swim out, or the water itself is long evaporated. Yeah, or the company knows where fucking Charles Bishop Whalen went, and just like in this movie, goes searching for
Yeah,
it.
I think with that there's you got some plot points there you could just use. I mean, obviously Wayland Yutani is looking for these creatures. Obviously at the end of AVP, someone has to pick up Lex if she's just walking in the snow. She's gonna have to tell some rad ass story of why she also has an alien head with her at the same time. I mean, come on, they're gonna be looking for an alien queensicle.
And dude, honestly, that's where I'm like, Alien Earth works as a super prequel, right? Because it's still a super sequel to AVP because AVP took place in real time. What, 2002, 2003,
2004.
2004. Okay. Oh shit! Time out. Before we go any further, hold up. BK Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn Bed-Stuy, bro. I'm right hooked. Alien Romulus 8 out of 10. Hope Fetty makes another. Okay, no. Listen, Brooklyn Bed-Stuy, we didn't like it. I ain't knocking your hustle. I can't believe somebody from Brooklyn, let alone Bed-Stuy, jumped on this fucking live stream. Are you out of your fucking mind? Never in a million years would I thought that shit would have happened. That's fucking crazy. Red Hook right here, bro. Massive props to BK Bed-Stuy, Spider-Man, and of course, this Inferno. Absolutely massive props. I'm sorry, man. That shit right there. You know, when we do these things, I don't look at like this. I look at me talking to you, having a good time, and then bam, all of a sudden, there's a live chat. Shit. There's people talking. Shit.
Well, that's what we paid JR for.
That's true. That's what we paid JR for. So anyhow, Brooklyn Bed-Stuy, shout outs. Bed-Stuy Brooklyn. Hell yeah. I'm glad you liked Alien Romulus. And again, we don't hate it. We just don't think it was the movie it could have been. It could have been.
It wasn't the movie I bought tickets for.
Yeah. I'll watch it again. I'll give it another shot. Not that I'll say I'll give it another shot because I know exactly what's happening. But I'll give it another shot. I'll watch it again. I'll put it like this. I'll watch it again to literally link all of the fucking other movies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Spider-Man says predators bringing Xenos to Earth caused one hell of a snowball effect. You ain't lying. Spider-Man. You ain't lying. And that's one of those things that just works. So again, Alien Earth, where it's set, apparently, you know, in the distant past.
Again, you know what? Fede Alvarez has been saying for the past few days, man, that he would do AVP with Dan Trottenberg. I think there's some breadcrumbs there that might be more possible than we think.
Absolutely. Hold up. Bed-Stuy Brooklyn, Brooklyn Bed-Stuy, says, I agree. Could have been better. I just think the good outweighs the bad. Fair, brother. Fair. Absolutely. Fair, my friend. I don't fair. Absolutely friend. I can't say brother because, you know, the way we live, the world. But fair, Brooklyn. Fair! Brooklyn represent.
I mean, let's put it this way. It's not like Alien Romulus insults the franchise. It takes everything good. It just doesn't take it anywhere.
That's it.
That's you know, it's not. That's why I say it's not a. That's why, you know, it's not a bad movie. It's just what I wanted to see just wasn't what we got. We got, hey, Easter egg, the Alien movie, Alien Easter egg.
Yeah. Dude, that's it though. It's funny because isn't that like a fucking meme that popped up when the internet popped up? Like every Easter they had like the alien egg decorated as an Easter egg, and then like the fucking Easter bunny got a face hugger on it. Like literally, that's it. But you nailed it. It's not a bad movie. It's not, and that's the thing. That's what really makes me mad. Where it's like, this ain't a bad movie. I can't hate this movie because it's a good movie. It's just that there's another movie here that you gave me that you didn't give me. That is egregious. That right there. And again, I don't know. I honestly, and again, you look at it like this too. The gore. You got Fede Alvarez. This dude did Evil Dead 2013. For the love of God, that movie is one of the goriest movies of it. It's just a blood gore fucking festival, and I love that movie. I do, not because it's a blood gore fest, but it's fun. It's a great remake of the original Evil Dead. Not only that though, it's a sequel. It's a fucking sequel. It's so good. It's so good. He's on Aliens? Are you kidding me? We're gonna go crazy. It was very toned down. It was extremely toned down.
His play taste.
Yeah, and it's like, God, Like I said on Friday, they got me one time. There's one jump scare in that motherfucking movie, bro. Man, the Raisinets went in there. I was like, oh, I gotta catch them all though, like a Pokemon. I was like, I gotta catch them all. Yo, when the fucking android woke up, man, that shit got me out my seat. I was like, oh shit, you got me. After that, I was done. BK Bed-Stuy says, I think Disney stepped in and told Fetty don't go too crazy because Fetty usually goes crazy. BK Bed-Stuy 1000% agree with you. That's exactly how I thought, what I was thinking when I was watching that movie. I was like, yo, this dude, this is that guy, man. Like, he gives it to us. And it wasn't there. It wasn't there. And Spider-Man says, the android got me too. You know it's Spider-Man. That shit was the jump scare of the whole movie. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Got me. But yeah, on both points, man. Disney definitely, I think, which is crazy because, 4 weeks ago, Deadpool and Wolverine. Go for broke. Curse all you fucking want. Show all the gore you fucking want. In a Disney Marvel movie. But a 20th Century Fox Disney movie? No. Tone that shit back. Bring it back. Tone it down. Prey had more gore in that movie than Alien Romulus had. Am I lying?
I just watched Prey 2 nights ago too because of Aliens, and yeah, Prey is a gore fest, and I love it.
Now, I don't know, and I guess we should look this up. I don't know if Prey was made after the acquisition, by Disney or before. Because
I believe it was, I want to say it was before.
Okay. Disney Princess Xenos can't get too messy. They're good girls. Spider-Man, shut up, man. Don't make me laugh like that. That's funny. Which is funny because I found like a picture and I put it. I'll put it in the fucking Discord. I'll put it in. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Discord. Apparently, I don't know how this works. JR is usually the one that runs everything. But we have a Discord. If you want to join the Discord, man, find it on the G Show, I guess.
Okay, so Prey was made before the Disney Fox merger.
Okay, so good on Disney for letting that get put out. Seriously, good on Disney. So Chase, let me ask you, all right, before we wrap this up. Do you see there being not just because of Alien Romulus, but in the entire scope of things, what I've said about how Alien Earth can absolutely work because of Romulus with the queen of all fucking alien species, a queen. I can't believe she can't go into stasis or a stasis pod, being found, brought out, and then having. But see, that kind of. Alien Earth is a fucking contradiction to the entire series, though.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It's a retcon. It's retcon after retcon after retcon.
Man, oh my God, they're gonna.
But see, the thing is, because of Romulus though, and with what it did, in a way, it's not retconning Prometheus or Covenant at this point.
No, it's not.
It's confusing. It's very confusing. But anyways, what's your question?
Never mind, because I thought about it. My question is wrong. It's like it doesn't make sense because if Alien Earth is a prequel series, then somebody has to know about the xenomorphs, right? They do, just like in Alien versus Predator. Or AVPR Requiem, which is
or where Alien Covenant was going to go.
I don't remember where that was going because I only seen it once and I never watched it again.
But yet again, it's supposed to take place before Covenant too. God damn it.
Right. Exactly.
So the only way I see is if they knew about the aliens before everything started, or they literally are segueing this into an Alien versus Predator type thing. Maybe they're running off of Godzilla and Kong becoming a thing now, and they're thinking, you know what, let's go back with Alien and Predator. I think it's time. Maybe that's what they're doing, but I don't know, and I'm not happy about it because I think the idea of Alien Earth is dumb.
Well, I'm not going to say that until I see more on it. And by more on it, I mean a fucking trailer. Like, I can't go by what they're talking about.
Yeah, I guess.
But I guess, you know...
Because knowing this, I'm probably going to like Alien Earth more than I did Romulus.
more than likely. Watch, it's going to be like The Walking Dead, but with aliens. Because like I said, zombies, aliens, they just go together. You just got to tell stories around that. BK Bed-Stuy says, if you guys were tasked with making the next Alien film, what is it? Woo! Hey, BK Bed-Stuy, before I answer that question, could you do me a favor, if you haven't already? Man, subscribe to the channel. Not that I'm trying to do anything with it. I never say that. But the fact that there's a Brooklyn dude on the channel right now, bro, please, just Brooklyn to Brooklyn, hook me up, bro, hook me up. I'm sorry, I had to say that. You know, I never say that.
What we would do if we made an Aliens movie?
Yeah, go ahead, Chase.
So I was thinking about this last night, and if I had to go the traditional route of it being in space on a ship, what I would do is I feel like maybe this has already been done, but I haven't seen 3 that much, and I haven't seen Resurrection that much, so I don't really know exactly the plots to those movies concrete, full-heartedly. But what I would do is my vision would be if it was just Alien, they get word of this. Basically, Weyland-Yutani has this like space city in outer space, like an empire city type deal in space, and these space outlaws, if you will, are trying to rob Weyland-Yutani and basically just get into the muck of that Weyland has this, Citadel universe in space, and they're experimenting on xenomorphs. They have them now. Same like with Romulus. They have them somehow. I haven't gotten that far, how they would figure out how they found them or how they obtained them, but that's basically what it'd be, is they were going to rob Weyland-Yutani of his money, and then they get into a big ol' bad situation with some xenomorphs by them and trying to satiate their greed. And I think that could be interesting to see, because it could be like a space heist movie, but with aliens, which is what Romulus tried to be, but followed through.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of because they were trying to rob the fucking the energy cores. So
they're trying to steal the cryopods.
Yeah, they were trying to steal the cryopods and energy cores so they can make 9 years.
And my movie would have that cliche ending where once the aliens are around, the one bad guy in the group that wants to betray all of them takes the money and runs, but then gets attacked by a xenomorph. I would do something cheesy like that. But yeah, I don't know. The problem with me is I love aliens, but I feel like there's only so much you can squeeze out of it to make it interesting and not become the same thing anymore. And with that, you'd have to go to uncharted territories, like a planet with xenomorphs. You would have to go to places we haven't seen yet. And yeah, so I just don't know how easy it would be.
All right, so Disinferno says, I think a sequel to Romulus can use for setting Weyland-Yutani prison, because Rain and Andy are they are criminals. That's true. They are criminals because they did leave. Well, not Andy, because Andy doesn't really count, but definitely Rain. She broke the law, essentially. She left the contract. So yeah, I could see that, but how would the Xenomorphs fit into that? Spider-Man says, a movie set on Xenomorph Prime would be my movie. I want to see explorers stumble upon that planet and try their best to survive the ecosystem to escape the planet. Just another story in the series. Agreed. That is what Predators was. Drop the people off on that planet. Not a fucking Yautja coming to Earth. Drop people, humans, on a predator planet and let them fucking hunt. That's exactly it. So what I would do, in all honesty, I'm going the JR route. I really am. I can't lie.
Turn it into Alien Hunger Games?
No, I'm not going Alien Hunger Games. I want a movie where you have a planet that Weyland-Yutani was using to do what they do, right? Figure out how to control the Xenomorphs. And that shit just didn't work. Send in the Space Marines. Send them in. I want shit to blow up. That's all I want. That's all I want. I am a simple guy.
Troopers, but aliens.
yeah, exactly. I want Starship Troopers. Exactly that. I'm a simple guy. I just want to see shit blow up. I want Earth Defense Force 6. Just go balls to the walls and blow shit up. That's it. Dude, they're like literally they do that in this movie where she has the gun and it's just they're going at it. She's blowing shit up and I'm having a good time. Like, yes. That's what I want. I want Space Marines. I want Colonial Marines to go in and wreck shop. That's what I want. That's what I want. Because again, and this movie proves it. And not even this movie, the fucking franchise you don't need it to be following one person. The Ripley thing was great for Alien and Aliens. Alien 3 and Resurrection, it doesn't matter. But Alien and Aliens, if you look at that story, that's beautiful. That's fucking poetry. Poetry. But what do we do in Alien 3? Oh, let's kill everybody off and, put her on a fucking plane where she's bald. No, goddamn, what the fuck? Stupid. Oh, and she's impregnated with a queen. What? I digress. Whoa, hold up. Holy shit. The chat's blowing up real quick. Spider-Man says, get me this as a game too, please. I agree. Disinferno says, to be honest, I would love to see a movie about one xenomorph on isolated planet from his point of view. Oh, that's crazy. I think it would be fascinating to look at a xenomorph from this side. That's crazy. Fucking Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn Bed-Stuy says, okay, Weyland-Yutani gets word that one of their experimental labs is on a far-off planet, loses containment. They send a crew down that's well equipped. They get there and realize the lab didn't lose containment. Oh shit. You know what you just said? They're the victims. They're getting face hugged. Bed-Stuy, is that what you're telling me? They're the victims? They purposely released the Xenos face huggers to fight this new species. Yeah, you know what? That's a good move. Because again, that's what you could do with this franchise.
You could even segue that into an Alien versus Predator thing where Predator sets up the Colonial Marines.
Dude, and that's the beauty of this franchise. You can literally go anywhere. That's where the Dark Horse comics work. You can go anywhere in the fucking universe with this. You can. They're alien. That's it. That's the whole fucking point.
We can even call it Alien Extermination. Money printed right there.
Listen, just don't do Aliens versus Terminator because, oh my God, that's a terrible comic.
Well, dude, you know where this is all going. It's all in the same universe. Terminators, RoboCop, Predator, Aliens. They're all going to fight at the end of the... When our world is about to end in 2020, 30, you know this is where it's going.
No. Wait. I think Terminator and RoboCop are owned by different companies, bro. Disney don't got them yet.
Well, yeah, that's right. RoboCop, yeah. All right, so Alien and Terminator.
Yeah. But listen, all right. Spider-Man says unlimited potential like Xeno DNA. All right, that's perfect. Look, there's not much more to be said. There's a fucking alien hybrid that was birthed from Dora the Explorer. Looks like a fucking engineer. It's weird. It makes this weird whining noise. It literally feeds and he's a vampire and it kills Dora K in the movie. Alien Romulus Chase, what do you give rating wise out of 5?
Well, now that I like think about it more and everything, it's definitely like a 2.5.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3.5 out of 5. BK Bed-Stuy says, rest in peace, Bill Paxton, the only person to be killed by an alien predator and Terminator. Yo, I think I know this dude. I swear to God, I think, you know what?
Does he die in twisters?
The Brooklyn people, man, we on the same fucking vibe, bro. Like, seriously, man.
Did he die in Twister?
No, he didn't die in Twister. No.
Okay.
Spider-Man says he gives the alien Romulus 2.7 out of 10. Wow! That's lower than Chase. That's a JR number. But listen, that'll do it. We're at fucking 2 hours, 10 minutes. We got to cut it. This is supposed to be a 45-minute fucking podcast. We're 2 hours, 10 minutes in. That'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I want to thank my brother Chase for joining me today.
Oh, absolutely. We need to call Disney and tell them that it's our turn to direct this time. They owe us.
Absolutely. I want to thank JR who joined us earlier today for 5 minutes. Then I want to thank my brother, JR, my legit blood brother, who joined us for about 3 minutes. And then he said, oh shit, you know what? I didn't see the movie yet. I'm out. And I want to thank all of y'all out there right now. I want to thank BK Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn Bed-Stuy. I want to thank you because, for the love of God, Brooklyn, stand up. Spider-Man, as always, thank you, my man. Thank you. And I gotta thank, Dis_Inferno. I'm gonna call you Disco Inferno because if you are Disco Inferno, dope dude, let's dance. But Dis Inferno, thank you. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all of y'all for joining us on this impromptu, not really impromptu, but this Alien Romulus spoiler review. The movie's not bad, but it could have been a billion times better. But that'll do it for this. I am G1. We are at